Hi students, it's Mrs. Tyler, and I just want to provide a little video on how to do social studies for our distance learning just this first week. Um, so I'm logged in as my son, and I have him assigned to my first hour. This is what it will look like when you log in to your Google Classroom for social studies. You've done this with me before, so this is not new information, but everything will be posted under Classwork, and I'm going to post everything for the week in a topic that says Unit 5 and then the week dates. So everything will be posted on Monday for the start of that week, and you are free to work ahead, or you can just do one thing at a time, but everything under this topic will be expected to be done by the end of that week. All right. So every single day there will be a daily check-in assignment posted that will be technically due that evening. This is how I will be taking attendance, and I'm required by the state of Minnesota and by our district to take attendance every single day to make sure that students are logging in and getting work done. All right, so every single day we will have a daily check-in assignment. You will, here's what that looks like. Okay, you'll go in. It says answer today's check-in assignment. This counts you as present for attendance for this specific day. When you open that up, it will open up a Google form. You will type in your name. I'm just pretending I'm doing this as my son, who's a student. You select your class period. Okay, and then you have a question to answer. This is really similar to the kinds of questions I would be asking for our daily bell ringers for class. Sometimes they'll have something kind of more relaxed to do to answer, maybe not having nothing to do with content, but just to check in with you. But some days there will be stuff that's related to the content that we are learning. So this one is just a quick check-in. Okay, and then submit. And that's it. You are able to edit your response. You do not need to submit another response. Please don't. That means that I end up with counting you twice. So, all right. So that's how you complete that assignment. That will be every single day. The next thing that you will see, and it'll tell you that you turned it in, so you can kind of check that off your list. All right. The next thing and all the things that you've accomplished are going to be shown in lighter color like that. All right, so the next thing that you'll want to do is to know how to do a vocabulary review assignment. This is going to be in replace of the Unit 5 reach assignments, and everyone will get the same review assignment no matter how you did on the quiz. All right, so you'll open this up. It is required for all students, and when you open it, it looks like this. Okay, it's not a quiz, it is a vocabulary review. Once again, you're going to put your name in, select your hour, and this one looks a little bit different. There's a next button. Okay, it only shows you one question at a time. So this question, and you can use notes 1 and 2 that we took in class. All right, so do have your notes open and right there for you. I expect that you're going to look at your notes. All right, so this one's like, what is the nickname for the decade of fun and freedom when youth tried new fashions, attitudes, and behaviors? You're going to choose all of the terms for the first set of vocabulary are listed there. You need to select through, okay, and decide, I think that one is roaring 20s. Okay, next. Now, if I get this right, which I believe I will, it moves me on to question 2. So then, question 2, what did Henry Ford use to reduce costs and speed up production of his Model T automobiles? I need to go, Henry Ford. Wait, uh-oh, I need to review something. You answered incorrectly. Please read the short paragraph below and help you choose the correct answer. So then I have a review reading. Living standards were rising because manufacturing was becoming more efficient. Okay, in 1914, for example, Henry Ford introduced a moving assembly line into his car factories. This revolutionary new method drastically cut the time needed to assemble cars. Such changes increased workers' productivity or the amount of goods that they could produce at a given cost. Okay, as a result, companies could sell their products at lower prices. Well, okay, so now that I've read that, I have the opportunity to get it right. And, I just went too quickly. Obviously, Henry Ford didn't use Henry Ford. I know now he used the assembly line. Okay, so now I choose a different answer, and now I got it right. So it moved me on to question 3. This is how you will go through and complete the Unit 5 Vocabulary 1 assignment. Okay, we will have vocabulary assignments for Unit 5 vocab 2 and 3, and it will be required. I will assign those in the future weeks. Okay, once I'm done with that, it'll mark it in my activity there. There's also going to be notes and some other things that you will need to complete. The next thing is how we will be taking notes. Okay, when you open this up, there are a couple of things here. This is going to be assigned, and it's going to be a link into a site called Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle will have my video of us doing notes, just like we would have in class. And I'll be talking to you through it, and I'll be highlighting, filling in the answers just like we would in class. But it's a little bit different in that it has some questions that I'm going to require to be answered along the way. So this is what it looks like when you open up Edpuzzle. It's going to require you to sign in with Google. Choose your student information. And here is what it looks like. Okay. Here's the video. Over here, there's a to-do list of things that will happen throughout the video. And you are not able to skip ahead in this video. You have to watch the whole thing. And that's required because I need you to hear the notes. So this is what it looks like. Okay.
Hey historians,
it will get started, and you can actually, and I recommend doing this, have it open up.
Either you could have your paper packet,
and it can fill the entire screen
that we had already started together.
Okay.
You could have that open,
and so you can see it will not let me. It says locked. I cannot skip. In order to finish this, you have to watch the whole thing.
Picture of that, or scan it in, and you can.
And once in a while, the video will automatically stop. And in order to continue, you need to, sometimes there's just a note, something that I need you to know. And then once you've read it, okay, I know that I can either fill in my notes packet page, which is page, I believe 10 in our Unit 5 notes packet. Otherwise, if I wasn't able to go and pick up my binder, my U.S. Studies binder with my packet in it from school, then I could download the digital version. I can type in my answers, which I'll show you what that looks like here. Okay, here's the digital version. And I can then go in and type. You'll have to switch between these tabs to be able to type in. But that's one way that you can do it. You could also print out a blank version and just write it down, or print out the answer key to keep so that you can study. All right, once you're ready to move on, then you hit continue. And once you get to the next point in the video, there will be some questions along the way. There'll be some multiple choice questions that you will have to answer in order to move on with the video. On the teacher side of things, I can see.
The 1920s was coming to an end, the election
I'm going to pause it so that
brought overwhelming victory for Herbert Hoover. Hoover campaigned on the prosperity and the
There we go. I can see which students have started this assignment and how many of the questions, the multiple choice questions that I've assigned that you've gotten correct, and how far you've gotten. And you can do this. You don't have to do it all in one sitting. I would recommend it because you're already set up. But some of these are going to be like about 20 minutes to do, and it's going to require that you answer some questions. If you get a question wrong, it will have you review what you just watched so that you can go back and try again. All right, so that's how you're going to do your notes. These are required assignments. Okay, so that's that. This is the option to type in your notes. And when you're done, what I do recommend is that you zoom in so that you can see better. If you need to go back and forth between the Ed Puzzle video that you're watching, okay, the Ed Puzzle video and your notes to type, that's fine. When you are done, okay, you can log out and type your answer. Okay, etc. Put your first and last name here. Okay, hour 1. Okay, when you are done with that, oops. Okay, you can, how do I turn this in? If I go here, view assignment, that's how I do it. I can open up my assignment and I can turn it in this way, okay? That's how that'll work. Okay, I hope that this helps to clarify and give you a little bit of an idea of what to expect with our distance learning. Again, everything will be posted by week on the Classwork tab in Google Classroom. Also, everything that you are required to do, everything that you're required to do for that week will be listed here. And when you have accomplished or turned in an assignment, it will turn gray. So the goal is to have all of your activities listed for the week to turned gray. The great thing about distance learning is that you can work on as much or as little each day as you need to. You could sit down and do, I don't care if you do the whole week's activities in one day and be done with it. That might take you a while because it's supposed to be about 15 minutes a day-ish, 15, 20 minutes. The America Story of Us movie guide, there is a Google form that you will be required to fill in. And then as you watch the episode and go back, the movie is right here. It's a 46-minute movie. You are welcome to watch the whole thing at once and do the assignment, or you're welcome to, which is how I think I would encourage you to do it. There will be a couple of different movies throughout this throughout our distance learning experience, just because I think that it's a really fun and easy way to learn more about what I would have shown these movies in class anyway, and it's a pretty relaxed way to get more content and more teaching in. All right, so here you go. There's only 5 questions for the movie guide, so don't worry about, it's not too stressful, but there you go. If you have any questions, please reach out. Please email me. If you're feeling overwhelmed, touch base with me and let me help you. We'll work out a plan to make sure that this is not stressful for you. I really care about you and I miss you so much. So please reach out to me. I look forward to hearing from you. And if you're confused or need help or just want to say hi, please shoot me an email. Have a great day. Bye.